lessons are very important, but the main thing is to meet people and to hang together. And there's a nice bar in Kuku Club where we hang every night, so please come. There are several good reasons to come there, and the jams have always been the best part of those courses we have. I think it's the 9th international course we are organizing here during 10 years, so we know, I know.
And I'm a guitar player. I live in Helsinki, Finland. I have a very, I had a life that I've been living half the time in New York City and half the time in Helsinki. So ever since I was a kid, I've been traveling back and forth. So I don't know, sometimes I consider myself American, but now I've been living in Finland since 2008. So I'm Finnish. Well, I know Jaak Söör from before, and we've done some gigs together, actually. I played a gig at the Jatskar with his band called Dynamite Vikings, and met wonderful musicians that I played with, and that's when I met Jaak. And then at one point, Jaak was my student when he came to, as an exchange student to Sibelius Academy, and I gave him some guitar lessons for a year. That's how I met him. That's a long time ago. We're talking about the 90s, you know. That far, yeah. Well, since we had the day divided that everybody taught a new band every day, I suppose I made a survey of myself of what the band, who were in the band and what type of music it seemed that we were going to make, and then I made some music to challenge them. Mainly what I did was, though, I sang them songs. So I sang them a song, and they had to learn how to sing the song first, and then could they play it on their instrument. So that was my method, where I tried to not have written music on stage. This is one of my personal rules. If I'm playing, if I'm playing with an orchestra, yes. Or if I'm playing with a big band, I might need some music on stage. But otherwise, I like to just, that the band that I'm playing with has full concentration on just playing and not looking at some piece of paper. You know, that they're looking at each other, they're looking at the audience, they're concentrating on their instrument. And it worked fine. And I mean, that's what we did for the gigs at the jam sessions. So we just did some of that, and then we did things like, I mean, I suppose that I wanted to just remind everybody that the most important thing about studying music is to develop one's ear, one's sense of hearing. And that's what I focused on in my lessons, that you know, you can't do enough work to improve your hearing. You can do so many things so you can hear better. So when you're improvising, you have to know what's going on. You hear something, and then you don't want to analyze it in your mind. You just want to hear it and feel it immediately. That and then you just go. So nothing gets in the way. No intellectual, you know, thought chains get into the way of your improvising. I mean, you can think when you're improvising. I don't mean that you're supposed to be a thoughtless blob that just like, you know, like that. But no, but I think that it seemed to work, and we got everybody to be singing, and then also singing through their instruments. So that's another thing that I underlined. I wanted them to be able to really feel that, you know, especially for guitar players and pianists, they need to have that, the breath, you know, when they're playing up front. You know, to be able to breathe in between and make phrases. And we spoke a lot about phrasing and how to make, using language as an analogy, that we were using the period, the comma, the exclamation mark, the question mark, you know. So we had all these endings for phrases and how do you end a phrase. And then a lot of ensemble interplay. How do you listen to? How does the drummer prepare for the entrance of the melody? How do you make it seem like when it comes, it's like, oh, it had to happen. This theme had to come there because it sounded like the music gravitated to that moment. And these are the things that are just as important as knowing which scales to play. I'd say it's even more important. If you have a sense of dynamics and you have a sense of teamwork with the band, then you have it'll probably sound much better than if everybody just knows the scale, you know, I think. So, well, that was in a nutshell what I was doing. I'd have to say that it was, last night jam certainly was close. I would say that, yeah, I have to say that last night was absolutely the high point and a perfect place for a high point at the end of this thing. It was a really joyous celebration. But the night before we had an interesting thing happen because everybody was so tired that around 11:15 or something, people were going to the hotel and going to the dorm. And so we were about, I guess, 6 or 7 that stayed on stage. And then we jammed for an hour. And we had a hilarious time, you know. One of the drummers was doing a great impersonation of reggae lyrics, you know, and speaking with that Jamaica Mon voice, you know. And we were just like tears running down our eyes because we were just, it was so funny. And it was great. That was one of the first times I really saw that everybody was really fully enjoying playing and there were smiles all over the place. Everybody was really feeling good. And yesterday we continued. So that's the high point for me, I think.
My name is Ostea.
My name is Lina.
We're from Lithuania.
I play jazz, electric guitar.
I play jazz, trumpet. I've been playing trumpet for 2 years and a half, I think.
Yeah, I'm playing guitar now about 7 years.
Our big band teacher, Dima, and other teacher, Liudas Matskūnas, came to us and said, do you want to go to Tallinn, to a project Girls Power in Jazz? And we said, yeah, of course. So that's how we knew about it. Yeah, first 2 days started with rhythmics with Daniel. And then we had ensembles, practicing, private lessons. Also, 2 last days we had seminars of our teachers, and they were really cool.
So I guess what I'm going to speak about and show you today is based on the fact that I really believe in intuitive knowledge. And what children learn, what you hear, what you pick up as you go along.
And then we play with ensembles, jam, and so on. And in the evening, we show what we have done during the day.
Actually, the program is really cool because ensembles is really interesting thing because it's fun and it makes us
communicating with each other and something like that. And it may a little bit tiring. It may be a little bit tiring, but the seminars where you can just sit and listening is really a cool thing. So it's called seminars and ensembles in one day.
Just throwing the idea up that if you had a direction in your body, if you knew where you're going, and if you had an emotional message in it, then probably it's more likely that your body has a purpose and a direction.
Also, I really liked
Liva Maria.
Liva as a teacher.
She's so...
Yeah, she inspires and she just let us feel good while playing.
Yeah.
Also, the other teachers.
Raul is so wow person.
They are all amazing persons, you know.
Different, but amazing.
I really liked, I don't know if I pronounce correctly, Katri's seminar, because she said some things that was spinning around in my head for the 2 past months, and then I heard her talking about that, and I felt so relieved that I'm not alone. So her seminar was like blowing away. We're gonna cry. No, I think we'll be happy and glad about it.
And inspired, I think so.
Yeah,
we will come back with new ideas and new inspiration because of different levels of musicians. There's some good players here, and it's inspiring. It's make you moving forward to get better like them.
Yeah.
All the tårer det finnes, der jeg kan slippe kjas og mas. Og skorsteinsrør